Okay, hello. So today we're going to do Paint a Vulgar Picture by the Smiths. Somebody said that I've done every track from Strange Ways Here We Come, except for this one, which is their favorite. So I apologize. And actually, this title is it sounds very familiar. I kind of thought I did a reaction to it, but I did not. So anyway, we're going to get into this now and just get going on another Smiths Friday. All right. Oh yeah. I like that drum beat.
At the record company meeting, on their hands a dead star, and oh, the plans they breathe, and oh, the sickening greed. At the record company party, on their hands a dead star, the sycophantic slugs all say, I knew him first and I knew him well. Reissue, repackage, reevaluate the songs. Double pack with a photograph, extra track and a tacky badge. A-list, playlist, please them, sadly this was your life. But you could have said no if you wanted to. You could have said no if you wanted to. BPI, MTV, BBC, please them, sadly this was your life. But you could have said no if you wanted to. You could have walked away, couldn't you? I touched you at the sound check. You had no real way of knowing in my heart. I beg, take me with you. I don't care where you're going, but to you I was faceless, I was fawning, I was boring, a child from those ugly new houses who could never begin to know, who could never really know. Most of, satiate the need, slip them into different sleeves, buy both and feel deceived. Climb a new entry, re-entry. World tour, media hall, please the press in Belgium. This was your life, and when it fails to recoup, well maybe you just haven't earned it yet, baby. I walked a pace behind you at the sound check. You're just the same as I am. What makes most people feel happy leads us headlong into harm. So in my bedroom, in those ugly new houses, I dance my legs down to the knees of me and my true love will never meet again.
So the Smiths and Paint a Vulgar Picture. So I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but this really sounded different from a, I guess, quintessential Smith song. Morrissey's voice, it sounded kind of, I don't know if there's more oomph in it or what, but his voice, especially at parts where he was kind of not really singing, he was more talking, and he was like talking kind of rapidly, and like when he said BPI, MTV, BBC, I don't know, I just liked his voice on that, and it sounded different from other songs, from the many other songs I've heard, and I don't really know what he's talking about here, but that's what I guess I'll get into, and yeah, and I liked what he said, but to you I was faceless, I was fawning, I was boring, and I don't know, it was just the way he was pronouncing words, it just sounded like a different kind of I don't know, a different way that he was singing or something. I don't know, but it was just different to me. And yeah, anyway, like I said, I haven't heard the song yet, and I'm surprised because I thought I kind of did, but because Paint a Vulgar Picture, I've seen that title. But anyway, so I'm on Genius.com, and I'm gonna do the about here. So it just says a dense song about Morrissey's feelings towards the music industry. So I guess it's just the industry, exemplified by tragedy, the death of a star, failing or otherwise. The lyrics takes the viewpoint of two different narrators, some omniscient insider and a fan of the deceased. Through them, it is analyzed how a person's legacy is a cruelly amorphous and malleable thing, and how music itself, an individual's whole life work, can be a source of intimate emotional connection or simple profit. Ironically, one of the major topics that Morrissey brings up is repackaging old material and selling it off to make more money off the innocent fan. The Smiths became renowned for doing this after releasing 5 greatest hits albums and 2 box sets after their split up. And also, there was a line that I thought was kind of hypocritical as well. I don't know. We'll go through with the lyrics anyway. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's what I was kind of thinking. There's some kind of hypocritical things in here, as yeah, the Smiths have done repackaging and all that. Anyway, so it says with the first verse, at the record company meeting on their hands a dead star, and oh, the plans they weave, and oh, the sickening greed. So it says in the context of the song, there's a record company who has lost an important artist or one of their stars. It is not described whether the artist has physically died, or as was the case with the Smiths, a band has split up and thus died in that way. The record company is now planning how they can profit from the artist's death. Morrissey often speaks in his songs regarding his disgust with greed in the music industry and how he feels shame for how he used to look at stars and feel desire to be one. So yeah, okay, so the whole greed thing. There was something actually I saw yesterday on This Day in Music or something. It was for November 5th, I think it was. And it was about Morrissey and Mike Joyce, I think it was, and how basically Morrissey didn't split the money. I can't remember, something like that. So when I heard that, like, he hates greed and everything, I mean, I heard apparently he wasn't really, wasn't the money wasn't being split all 4 ways or something like that with the band members. So that's just what crossed my mind since I just saw it the other day on This Day in Music. So anyway, going on, it says at the record company party, on their hands, a dead star. The sycophant slags all say, I knew him first, and I knew him well. So a sycophant is defined as a person who praises the powerful people in order to get their approval. So pretty much yes men, I guess, or women. People pleasers and social ladder climbers try to further themselves despite the fact that the artist is suffering. Greed persists beyond sympathy and assistance. So greed again. And then we have reissue, repackage, reevaluate the songs, double pack with a photograph, extra track, and a tacky badge. So a perspective offered from the record company executives who do anything to squeeze out some more money from the pre-existing tunes. And I mean, there's lots of bands, I mean, that, they repackage so many things so many times. It's like, holy. So then we have A-list, playlist, please them. Sadly, this was your life. But you could have said no if you wanted to. You could have said no if you wanted to. And then, like I said before, BPI, MTV, BBC, please them, please then. Sadly, this was your life. But you could have said no. You could have walked away, couldn't you? So there's an annotation for all of this. And then it says a change in perspective to the exhausted artist who began to want nothing more than to please the executives. He admits to that being his life at one point in time, and that it didn't have to be that way. So yeah, I mean, Morrissey's just going in on some artists for the music industry. I touched you at the sound check. You had no real way of knowing in my heart. I beg, take me with you. I don't care where you're going. But to you, I was faceless. I was fawning. I was boring. Just a child from those ugly new houses who could never begin to know, who could never really know. Oh, and it said this is the perspective of a fan who worked for and adored the deceased artist. The artist did not pay him much attention. So then we have best of, most of, satiate the need, slip them into different sleeves, buy both and feel deceived. I feel like this is like a George Carlin bit. I mean, you know, it's just like, give them more, give them more. We want money. I mean, it's just something like George Carlin would have said. Anyway, climber, new entry, re-entry, world tour, media whore. Please the press, or yeah, please the press in Belgium. This was your life. So this is once again a reference to repackaging, and the deceitful nature of marketing caused people to buy things twice just to make an extra nickel or dime. To build hype, they must move to the press, where then the artist is accused of being a media whore. And also it says, ironic to note that earlier in that year of 1987, the Smiths record company released 2 compilation albums of non-album tracks that had essentially the same track listing. The second one had just extra songs and was released a few months after the first. So if you'd feel ripped off if you bought the first one and then see a better version got released that you have to buy to get the new songs, but you mostly be rebuying what you already bought. And then somebody says, I've always thought Morrissey was referring to this scam with the line, buy both and feel deceived. So again, it was kind of, I mean, when you're a band and like you don't, some bands don't have a lot of say in what the executives do with their music. I mean, that's just the way it goes sometimes. I mean, my goodness. So then there's a lot of annotations here. I walked a pace behind you at the sound check. You're just the same as I am. What makes most people feel happy leads us headlong into harm. This is from the perspective of a fan that worked for them. Okay, we already said that. So in my bedroom in those ugly new houses, I dance my legs down to the knees. But me and my true love will never meet again. It says, at the fan's home, he reminisces over how he enjoyed and danced to the artist's music. However, because of the artist's demise, they will never be able to interact again. The line, me and my true love will never meet again, is from the traditional Scottish song, The Bonnie Banks o' Loch Lomond. All right, so Morrissey pulling from somebody else again. And then at the end, at the record company meeting, on their hands at last a dead star, but they can never taint you in my eyes. No, they can never touch you now. No, they cannot hurt you, my darling. They cannot touch you now, but me and my true love will never meet again. So it says, no matter how much money the record company tries to squeeze out of the deceased artist's successful image, the fan will always think of the artist as one of with fond memories that they always will have. So basically, yeah, some artists you'll always love anyway, despite what record companies do with a dead star. Anyway, yeah, and that's all it says there for annotations. So yeah, I mean, this song, like I said, it's not the typical Smith song for me. Just a little bit of a different sound, but I really do like it. It's kind of the same kind of lyricism that I expect from Morrissey. He's going in here on the record companies, whatever, the music industry, as one annotation said. And yeah, and greed, which is, I mean, you're dealing with millionaires here. Hello. And yeah, I mean, loved his rhythm and his voice on some of the parts here where he almost sounded like he was talking, like I said. And yeah, I finally got to the song. Like I said, I thought I did it because the title is very familiar, but here we are finally. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So thanks for watching anyway. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, and coming back to Smith's reaction or Morrissey reaction whenever on Fridays. That's always nice. And it's just nice to, you know, hear the Smiths with other people. So anyway, thanks for watching again. I'll talk to you guys again soon.